Richard Evans, Managing Director at Hough and Sons. Been in business since 1881. Had an association with In-Comm for well over 45 years, covering numerous areas. So we have a part of the managed service that we use with In-Comm is the health and safety programme. We generally have a rolling over 12-month contract where we get an advisor coming in one day a month, and they effectively look after and run our health and safety programme. Being a small company, we haven't got the staff with the skill level, we haven't got the real resource to make that a full-time role. So In-Comm coming in with their skill base just enables us to keep in touch with legislation, any changes, and they will look after our risk assessment, our employee contracts, our employment handbook, and anything else health and safety related, basically. I think we've seen over the last 10 years, the advancement of health and safety within business. It's always been there and a requirement, and certainly Arthur Hough has always liked to think that we keep up with it. But I think the pace at which health and safety changes, again, a business with our resource, we can't, and I would never confess to say that we're right on top of the game. But having someone like In-Comm working alongside you means that ability to keep up to date is potentially always there. The other thing I could add there is I also use In-Comm and have done. Some of our larger companies come and audit us on an annual basis. In recent times it's things like sustainability, ethics, morals, but also we'll do health and safety audits, and I have used In-Comm's health and safety advisors to come in on those meetings to help back up and support our case with our customers. And I always think that looks quite good, that they can see that you're using, albeit a third party company, but you could to support your case in many ways. Some of the bigger companies we're dealing with now, in many ways, yes, product supply is important, but all this in the background, the ethics, the sustainability, that's more of a tick box exercise than supplying the goods on time at certain instances. You have to do it, yeah. So again, to have that support in the background is crucial for us, to be honest. I think it's the fact that you get an end result, and I've got the confidence from a health and safety point of view. When the advisor comes and we have a quick brief meeting to start with, what I know is that when they go, that they've met the goals that you want from it. Absolutely. And that's why we do the 12-month contract, because you can't do everything in one session, but you know that over that period you're just keeping on top and ticking the boxes. I suppose, we had a HSE visit a couple of years ago, and they drew up an action plan. So I grabbed the In-Comm advisor into the meeting, and In-Comm helped me not only create that plan, but work through it and see it through to its fruition. So then we could go back to the HSE and say, here's our completed action plan, we've ticked all the boxes, we've met all the actions required. So walking us through that is useful because of their knowledge and experience. Very much so, yeah. I think, as I said earlier, they're always there. So if I needed an apprentice tomorrow, I would go to In-Comm. I've got In-Comm in the last 12 months now, and they're due into us next month to do quality audits, so as an external auditor. So I'm utilising them for that. Some of my statutory requirements from a HSE point of view, things like forklift truck, PUA, manual handling, they'll run internal courses and keep me up to speed in terms of accreditation on all of those. So it's just it's almost a one-stop shop for me in terms of health and safety, quality, and that managed service that they offer. you know, most of certainly the health and safety advisor who comes here, he knows everybody here by first name. So he goes into the shop floor, I've got no issues with him, and he'll have a wander around. He might get called a few things when he's gone, but that relationship is there and has always been there with all of their advisors, to be fair. Well, we're accredited third party for our ISO standard, so we have certain things that we have to meet. Again, you know, if you look at the example I've got, my quality engineer is retiring next year, so I've got a situation whereby the role is no longer a full-time role. So one of the things I'm considering is actually, rather than employing, a bit like I'm doing on the health and safety, is do I use In-Comm to offer a managed service to actually manage my ISO system. It's a fairly rigid system that doesn't need that much upkeep, but it just needs to be kept on top of. So that's one of the options that I'm considering going forward.